Okay. So today what are we going to do is we are going to create some of the group policy and see how this group policy will be working. So to demonstrate this, what I have done, I have created a new computer called PC01. Okay. So what I will do, I will try to log in. It is not the no domain join yet. Actually, I have just made it ready. So I'll quickly do the domain joining. Okay. So to domain join, what you have to do, you have to go to my computer or this PC. Okay, right click and go to properties, and you can go to here advanced system settings and click on computer name. You can go like this as well. Or if you don't want to use longer distance, what you can do, you can quickly run sysdm.cpl. Okay, so that will directly give you the computer name tab here. See, properties. Click on change option here, and you see work group and domain. Two options are here. PC01 is my computer name. I don't want to change it. But now the member of and the work group, there are two options. I'm gonna add this domain. Okay, this computer to my domain called google.com. Okay, so I'm just adding google.com. So I'm just clicking on OK. As soon as I click on OK, it is throwing an error. An active directory domain controller ADDC for the domain called google.com could not be contacted. That means that particular computer, okay, this particular computer called PC01 is unable to the domain join, because it says ensure the domain name is typed correctly. If the name is correct, click the details troubleshooting information. If you want, click on the details. It will give you multiple options. Please check whether the computer is powered on or not, and please make sure the connectivity is there or not, something like that. But here, if you look at, if I go to command prompt and I'm trying to ping the domain controller IP 192.168.190.30. See, this is a command. Ping is a command. Ping means it is packet internet grouping. People will ask you what all information you know about the networking. You can just tell. I know how to test the communication. Ping. Ping means packet internet grouping. What you have to do, you can either give the computer name or you can give the IP address. It will ping. If you hit enter, you see I am getting the replay from the computer called 192.168.190.30. This is my domain controller 01, DC01. This is my computer. So I'm able to establish the connection. So they said make sure the computer is powered on or not. Yes, it is on. And they said make sure the communication is there or not. Yes, I can see the communication. But what other option can be checked? It says domain google.com could not be contacted. So here I'm not adding the IP address. If you remember, if you look at here, I am adding the domain name.
So
So domain name is unable to resolve. Why? Because this computer is now you have added google.com, and this computer PC0 is trying to resolve this google.com to some IP address. To resolve that name to IP address, you need a service. What is that service? What is the service required to resolve a name to IP address and vice versa? A service called DNS. Okay. Let me verify whether I've added the DNS or not. Okay. So I'll go to run and go to ncpa.cpl. I'll open the network interface card. Double click on Ethernet 0. Click on properties. See, no IP address only. If I just run command ipconfig/all, see, you don't see the DNS. DNS is there, but the same IP address is there. See, there is no proper IP address. What I will do, let me open this network interface card, Ethernet 0, and click on IPv4, click on use the following IP address. For instance, now I'm adding 192. I'll add an IP 192.168.190.10. Okay, and gateway is 192.168.190.1. DNS address, what I will do, I'll add this DC01's IP address. Okay, the DC01 IP address is 192.168.190.30. Okay, because in this DC01, if you look at, not only domain controller is there, it is also got the DNS role. See, DNS is installed. Since DNS role is installed in the DC01, I can even call this server as a DNS server, because this server will help me to resolve name to IP address and vice versa. Now I am all set. Let me go to the domain joining option now. Now if you want to see whether it is working fine or not, what you can do, you can just use a command called ns lookup, name server lookup, DC01. See, you are there in PC01 and you want to know the IP address of the DC01. If you hit enter, it will give you the IP address, ns lookup DC01. Okay. ns lookup DC01, ns lookup 192.168.190.30. Okay, let me domain join first, okay, and then I will show whether it will work or not. Okay, sysdm.cpl. Okay, I'll make sure this machine is there in the domain. See, I'll just click on domain. Now I'm adding google.com. Now, as soon as I click on OK, see, now I'm able to communicate. Now my PC01 is able to convert this google.com to some IP address called 192.168.190.30 with the help of the with the help of the DNS I've added in the network interface card. Okay. Now it is asking, yes, I can talk to the person. Enter the username and password if you are an authenticated user. What you have to do, you have to add the username and password to domain join. Administrator, password is password @123. These are the basics and you should know it. See, I got added and it is asking me welcome to the domain joining, welcome to the domain called google.com. Now it will get restarted. Okay. Yeah. See, now I'm able to log into, I'm trying to log into the PC01 after the machine got restarted and comes back. Let us wait for that to come back. Once the machine is up and if once I logged in, we will create 2-3 users. One user from one department, like one user in IT, one user in HR, one user in sales, and we'll put user level settings, okay, to the policies. And you see, when the user keep on changing from a different tower or from the different department to the same PC, he will be there will be change in the wallpaper. I'll show you that. See, the machine is up and now running now. What I'll do, I'll go to DC01. I'm already there in the Active Directory. I'll expand this google.com, go to India. Under India, I'll select Bangalore only. Okay. In Bangalore, we have IT user. I just created one user called IT user. Okay. And in the sales also, let me create a new user called sales user, so that it will be easy to understand. Sales user. Sales user. Sales user. Okay. Correct. Google.com. Password @123. Just to have some identification, I'm just using the same department names. Okay. Like if here, if you go to admin users, admin department, you can create a user called admin user. Admin user, so that it is easy to remember. Okay. Admin user @google.com. Password @123. Password @123. Confirm password also same. Yes, it is done. Now we have created 3 users, one user from one department. What I'll do, I'll quickly go to that PC01 to grant access to all the 3 users which I have created just now. How to grant access to the computer, to the users, domain users or local users, we have to go to local user manager.msc, and if you open the command, the prompt will open here. So the console will open, you see users and groups, and you also know graphical way also. You can go to this PC, right click and go to manage, and then go to users and computers. Correct? Now, both are same, but I always love to use command prompts. Okay, commands, because that saves a lot of time and gives you confidence. Okay, local users and groups. See, same console came here. You can close it, and we can continue here. And you already know if you create the users here. See, Manju is a local user. He is created inside the computer, not in the domain controller. Same, if you create the user, the DC01, he is domain users. This admin user, IT user, sales user, domain users. Now, I'll go to groups, and I want to grant access to the three users as an administrator. I want them to act as an administrator for this computer, so they should have full control. That is the reason I'm adding those three users here, okay, as a local administrators. So where I'm searching, see the location is google.com. You can click on locations. If you want to search the local user, click on PC. If you want to search the domain user, you can click on google.com. Okay, or any other. If you have multiple forest, multiple domain, everything will be listed there. Now tell me IT user. IT, see, I am just telling IT you, sales you, and admin. See, everybody came here. All the three users, admin users. I added all the three users here. Now, if you double click on the administrator and you see google.com admin user, google.com IT user, google.com sales user, all the three users has got access to this particular computer. Now, let me verify if people are able to log in, log off, and log in. Let me verify whether they are able to see the paper, wallpaper, or whether they are able to log in or not. And then we'll apply the group policy. Okay, IT user PASSWORD at the rate 123. See, IT user able to log in, but whether he is able to see the wallpaper or not, I am not sure. We'll just wait for that to come up. It won't come because there is no policy at all. If you look at the group policy console, if you just click on admin and you see there is no policy at all, and if you go to inheritance, there is a setting which is default domain policy, but if you look at that default domain policy, there is nothing talks about the wallpaper. If you go to the settings here, see scope, detailed settings. In the settings tab, you can see what settings are already defined. Okay, and if you look at security filtering is there, delegation is there, okay, and computer configuration, you can only see the password policy. See, password age should be 24, password 42 days, 1 day minimum, 7 characters minimum, complexity is enabled. See, this kind of information only there, but I'm not sending any settings related to the desktop wallpaper. And we'll see, now we have logged into this PC01, and if I see who am I am the IT user. See, I am the IT user, but I don't see any wallpaper. Okay, I will show one more, admin or sales. Okay, send control or delete. Now click on other users. Sales, right? Sales user. See, it's asking me to change the password. Okay, password at the rate 1234. Password at the rate 1234. No problem. I'm PASSWORD at the rate 123. PASSWORD at the rate 1234. PASSWORD at the rate 1234. Okay. See, I have changed the password now. Now, if I log in, even the sales user also don't have wallpaper. 100%. So now you know the IT user doesn't have any wallpaper. What I will do, I want to have a wallpaper for the IT users. Whoever logs into the IT, I want them to use the wallpaper. Okay, fine, let me copy this one, these two final copy. These are all the wallpapers. I have made it ready just to apply. See, this is one of the wallpaper and it says IT. When the IT user logs in, it will give this. If an admin logs in, it will give this. See, admin. So what I will do, let me copy this one, this two, and apply two policies at different level. I am just copying this files to my domain controller because I have to send the path to all the computers. Okay, so they should have the proper connectivity. So normally between the domain controller and the PC or the computer, the domain computers, there will be communication. No, I mean, no ports are blocked. All the required ports are open between the domain controller and the client computer. If they are not, then there will not be some communication. Maybe you will not be able to domain join your password. You will not be able to log in. Some or the other issues will be there. So since I am able to log in here, so I'm sure there is no communication issue. What I will do, I will go to this D drive and create a folder to keep these files. Okay, just 1 minute, let me enable this drive. It is not showing 110 GB. I'm just changing the drive letter, add E drive, fine. See, now I'm able to see the E drive. So let me close this, format, it's okay. So now my E drive is ready. So what I will do, whatever files are copied, na, I'll just create a folder called data, and I'm just pasting those files here, admins and IT. So what I have to do, I have to make sure this data folder has got access to everyone. At least read access should be there. So to check the settings, the no access, what you have to do, you have to right click and go to properties, and you see a tab called security. Click on the security tab, and here you don't see an option called everyone. You see here domain user read and execute is there. Even this is also fine, no problem. If you are able to read and execute, that is fine. So I'm okay. I'm having the access. Okay. So what I will do now, I'll go to PC. I'll go to see PC01 is now admin user. You don't see anything. Sales user, you don't have any wallpaper now. Okay. What I will do now, I'll quickly go to the. Let me. I'll quickly go to the IT level, and I'll create a new policy. Right click on the ITOU. The first option is create a GPO in this domain and link it here. Okay. So what I will do, wallpaper policy, just an example. Okay, wallpaper GPO01. Okay, now my wallpaper is policy got created. Now I have to define which settings I should send. Right click on the policy, you have an option called edit. Click on edit option, and you get the two options. One is computer configuration or the user configuration, but here I have only one computer, hence I would like to have the user level policies. Click on user configuration and the policies, go to administrative templates. Okay, and under the administrative templates you have desktop. Under the desktop you still have one more desktop. When if you maximize, there you see desktop wallpaper. This is the option, and I want to enable. It is not configured as of now. What I want to do, I want to enable the wallpaper. I'm just double clicking on it and I'm enabling. If I enable now, you see here this wallpaper name, the path is that will be enabled. See, it got enabled now. It is asking me example using the local path. If you have a local computer, just put this C Windows, means in the each and every computer, if that need to check in the local, then you can put this one. If it is a remote like UNC path, what I am doing now, I am not copying these files to all the computer. I am just keeping it in one domain controller, one place, and the same path every computer should look for the wallpaper. So what I will do, I will put the path of the folder. See here, // DC01, or you can put 192.168.190.30 e dollar slash see data slash what is my IT, correct na? This is the path. and just copy this one, and I'm just putting it here. See, /192.168.190.30 e data it.jpg means I am telling all the users whenever they are logging in, they have to they should have a wallpaper called it. Where it is kept? It is kept in the 192.168.190.30 under that e drive, under that a folder called data, under that a file called it.jpg. Yes, it will look that particular location and it will just apply the policy. Okay. Now it is asking me which style you want to put it. You want to fill it in the entire screen, or you want to just keep it in the middle. I want to fill it. Okay. The complete screen should be visible. Okay. I am applying and okay. Now you can just go here, go to the IT, click on wallpaper, and now you see the settings here. You know right? 1 second. Let me close it and open. So I'm opening to server manager, tools, and wallpaper, group policy management. Their settings I need to go. Add, close. Now if you look at, I've added user configuration, it says enabled. There is a settings enabled. Okay. And if you look at compute, I have not applied, and that's why it is no settings are defined. But if you look at the user configuration, it is telling enabled. What is enabled? It is under the policies, under the administrative templates, under the desktop. Okay. And under the desktop, again the desktop wallpaper. See the path. It is I have defined. Kindly look for a path called 192.168.190.30/e$data it. There is a wallpaper called it.jpg. Put that in your screen by filling it. Okay. So what you can do now? One more policy you can create. For which one? For this admin one. Okay. I will put admin. So you can even just right click on this. Right click on the admin, create a GPO in this domain and link it here, admin GPO. Okay. And now the policy is there. Double click on it or right click on it, go to edit option, go to policies, go to administrative templates, go to desktop, again desktop, under this desktop wallpaper. So now you know the paths. Now we know the paths. Now instead of it, what I will do, I will just tell admin.jpg. So I'll go back here, enable it, paste this. I want to put it in the fill. Okay, enabled. now you know there are two policies. One is for sales admin, as one is for admin, one is for IT. Correct? Now let me try CMD and I will see who is this. Okay, who am I? 1 second, guys. Okay, so now I'm just checking who am I. It says Google/sales user, but I wanted to log in as an admin user. Correct? Now let me log off here and try to log in as admin users, and we'll see whether the wallpaper will come or not to the same computer. So I'll go to admin user, password is password @123. Sorry, password @1234. Now here we change the password, right? Admin user, yes, PASSWORD @1234, PASSWORD @1234. Now let us see whether the admin user is getting the wallpaper or not. And if you remember, we have not copied any file to the local PC, correct? We have copied the file to the domain controller and we have made a folder called data. Inside the data folder, I have dumped all the wallpapers. If you delete the wallpaper from there, everybody will lose the wallpaper. If you delete the wallpaper, that image, here picture, here DC01 under that and inside the data. If you delete this one, settings will, I mean, the policy will just look for the file in this path, but it doesn't find any file. It will just give a blank screen. Okay, I'll show you that. Almost there. See, now there is a file, but still giving blank. Why? Maybe to the domain controller, local user doesn't have any permissions. Correct? Huh? You cannot simply log into the domain controller. You don't have access to look the files and folders inside the domain controller. Okay. To do that, what you can do, you can give access to this data folder. Go to properties, go to security, and add everyone. Everyone you add and give modify access. Okay, and you can even give share permission so that he can look remotely. Okay, share not share this, I'm going to share it again. Everyone add, there are two types of permissions. One is share permission, you can do that in the sharing option. Security permission, where you can give access and remove access to any user for files and folders. Now if you log out and log in, now if you log off and log in to the PC01, the same user, admin user, you should have the wallpaper. I'm just trying to log in now. Okay, 1 second. Let me check why it is not. Meantime, let me check the IT users. Okay, I'm logging in as IT users now. Instead of admin, I'll just use IT. I told you, if you don't have the wallpaper here in the DC01, or if you don't have permissions to that files and folder, or if you have any extra space or extra line or characters, it won't see the, I mean, if the path is different, then it will say the same thing. Here in the both the cases, I'm getting the same thing. What is that? You are not able to, I mean, the policy is getting applicable. It is not giving the Windows standard window. It is just giving the black color window because the policy is looking for some file there. It is not able to retrieve it. Maybe there is some issue. Either it can be a permission issue or it can be some file and a path issue, whatever it is. We can correct that, not a problem. But it is applicable now. That is why it is giving blank screen. Now let us do the troubleshooting. Why it is not happening? Okay. I'll go to tools here and go to use group policy management, and let me open the admin GPO. So I'll go to policies, administrative templates, desktop, and wallpaper here. Sorry guys, I'm unwell today.